Today we are making the ultimate classic, the brekkie burrito. Now these taste so good, they store well, and they're super easy to make. Now we've got the classic here, which we're going to make first up. But if you stick around to the end, I've got a different version as well. So let's get straight into how to do that. Now it's not a brekkie burrito without eggs. And I honestly reckon finding the best quality eggs you can makes a huge difference to the taste. Each brekkie burrito is set to have 2 eggs each. Now I've got 14 eggs here, so I'll be making 7. Quick math. We'll crack all of those eggs into a bowl, scramble them up, and making sure that we season along the way. Now to the eggs, we're going to add some cheese. For this, I think mozzarella is your best bet. It's super mild, it won't overpower anything, but if you want to use cheddar or Oaxaca, then absolutely no issues there. We'll need some bacon, some potatoes, and some spinach, and some good quality barbecue sauce. Now we're gonna make these potatoes as crispy as we possibly can. I'm gonna peel these because I can't really be bothered to wash them. I'll give them a quick rinse once I peeled them. Now there are a few secrets for crispy potatoes. We'll go through those as we make these. Now I'm just gonna chop these up into cubes. Now I actually want them pretty small in this instance. A bit smaller than a dice. A dice? Really? A dice, sure. And it's actually quite important to get them all the same size because we want these to cook evenly. We're going to be doing this in the oven. You can do this in an air fryer, sure, absolutely no worries there. And there you go, they're all roughly the same size, smaller than a dice, apparently. Once they're there, into a bowl, we'll get a pot of water on the boil there. Once we're at the boil, they'll just go straight in. One of the secrets to crispy potatoes is actually how hot the oil is when you put them in the oven. You don't want cold oil when you put them in the oven. They get soggy, they take a long time to heat up, and it's just not the way you want to do it. Don't worry, the potato is not going to soak up all of this oil. It's only going to soak up as much as it does. So it doesn't really matter how much you put in here, but we want this oil to get hot. So to a preheated oven, we're going to put this pan, which is pre-oiled, into the oven to get up to temperature. The next thing we'll do, we'll start heating up a pan ready for the bacon. Now you don't actually have to preheat the pan all that much for bacon because there is a secret as well as to how to get crispy bacon. And to that pan, I'll add a bit of water. You might think, what on earth are you doing? Well, this actually does 2 things. Firstly, it helps render all of the fat that is already on the bacon. We want that. We want that to come out because that's one of the ways we can get this bacon crispy. And the second thing, it will stop your bacon from getting stuck. Seriously, try this. You will never cook bacon the same way again. Once you notice the bacon's running out of water and it's still not crisping up, we'll actually add a bit more. All right, I'm gonna pull that bacon. Now I've killed the heat on that pan, but you can see there's all of these golden, lovely, crunchy bits. That is golden flavor and we don't want to waste that. So with our spinach, while the pan is still warm, we're just gonna add that in. And when we've added that spinach in, it will start deglazing the bottom of the pan. Now there may be some stubborn bits in there. We may need to add a little bit of water. We'll take that all out and set that aside. After we've done the bacon and the spinach, it's actually left us enough time to perfectly cook those potatoes. We want to be able to put a fork the whole way through it and have it basically fall apart. That is perfectly done. Now this part here is a key step. We will strain these off using a colander. And I don't know if you can see, but they are letting off a lot of steam in that sink over there. We want to get rid of as much moisture from those potatoes so they get as crispy as they can. Now another key part of this is to rough these potatoes up. We want all of these nooks and crannies for that oil to get into and to make it really crispy. So we can do that in the colander. All we do is just give them a toss. Hopefully you can see that okay. It's all scraggly and roughed up. That's going to be the perfect crispy potato. Now I've taken the hot oil out of the oven. We need to be quite careful here because you can really easily burn yourself here. So to the hot oil, we'll add the potatoes. A bit of salt on them, and we want to spread these out as evenly as we can. We don't really want them touching each other. That way we can get a good crisp. Back in the oven. There's no set time for those. We are just going to cook them until they are crispy. To scramble our eggs, plenty of olive oil at the bottom of a pan, butter for good measure, and then just straight in with the eggs. Now a key to a good scramble is to keep the pan moving. If you want these eggs nice, soft and fluffy and not super lumpy, you've got to keep the pan moving. Now because we're cooking heaps of eggs, this will take a little bit of time. That's okay, we've got time. At about this point, I'll kill the heat. The tots are out. Oh man, they are So crispy. I'd eat them like that. Oh, they're hot though. Everything is ready for assembly for the first one. So we've got our potatoes, we've got our spinach, we've got our bacon here. We're gonna put the potatoes off to the side for now because we're gonna chop this up a little bit. So all we'll do, run our knife through this. We kind of want this to be quite fine, actually. Okay, let's assemble these. All right, let's assemble these. Tortilla down, egg, some of our mix there, and the crispy potatoes. Barbecue sauce, just a little bit of that. And as an added bonus, just a little bit of Koopy. Now the best way to roll these up is to take your burrito, fold the sides in, and then take the bottom of it, fold it over while holding the rest of the mix, and just roll it up like that. We'll wrap it up in the foil. Let's make the rest of them. Foil down. Our bacon spinach mix, our super crispy potatoes, barbecue sauce, small bit of Koopy. There we go. We roll it up. Fold in the sides. And the last step, we'll label them. Brekkie Burrito. So there we go, that is the classic Brekkie Burrito. Now, I can guarantee you these taste absolutely unreal. You have to give this a go. I mean, look, I think we need an obligatory taste test. That looks fantastic. Oh man, that is so next level. Next version here, super bright, super zingy, super tasty. We've got some feta, some lime, some green onion, some zucchini, and some coriander. First step, we'll grate up the zucchini. We'll take a good amount of that coriander and we'll just run our knife through that. Our green onion, take the tail off that and we'll just thinly slice that. Over to a bowl and we'll get a pan on high heat. Bit of olive oil in the pan. And all of those ingredients just go straight in there like that. We're gonna sweat these down. Season with a bit of salt. Now once those have sweated down a bit and they're looking pretty tasty, smelling just fantastic, we will kill the heat and we'll add our feta to that mix. We actually want to try and melt this down and incorporate it through so it's evenly spread throughout the burrito. Then to that, we'll add the juice of a lime. Stir that all together and we'll give that a quick taste. Oh yeah, that is a 10. Now we can assemble these. Like before, a bit of egg in the middle there, and we'll get our green mix going on there. We don't want to overfill as per usual. Fold in the sides like this, wrapping over and pulling them nice, and just wrapping them up nice and tight. And there we go, there is our second version. And of course, the obligatory cross section. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty great. It's so good. So, until next time, happy cooking.